doing the Fresh Off the Clock. I'm here with Jaden and Lauren from Concord Cheer, just recently made nationals. Welcome to 20 Minutes with 28. How you guys doing today?
I'm doing great.
Doing okay.
Good, good. It's super nice to meet you guys. I've heard nothing but great things about you and great things about you from your mom, too. So it's awesome to get a chance to put some of those stories to faces, right? So you started at Dynasty Cheer and been cheering since you were how old?
4 years
Oh my
old.
gosh.
Yeah, crazy.
So what's it like cheering in college now?
It's a different atmosphere, definitely.
Good. And you came from the dance world, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I danced dance studio with Janice Gano since I was 3, I think.
Uh-huh.
And then I've cheered the last 3 years at Concord.
Awesome. What made you make that transition?
When I got to Concord, there was no dance team. They just recently started one, and our team.
Well, you've definitely been successful at it. What's the biggest difference you think competitively from cheer and dance?
The stunting mainly. Like the atmosphere is pretty similar, but when it comes to our routines, I feel like cheer just has more partner work or group work when it comes to like stunts and stuff like that.
Right. Okay. More of a team sport than an individual sport?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what's it like cheering for mom? How's that?
I know it's probably controversial to some people, but I love it. I feel like she really pushes me more than my other coaches have, honestly. She does a lot for me, and she provides me with opportunities that I wouldn't have had without her. So I'm
Awesome.
grateful.
Oh, that's good. I don't think that's controversial at all. Going to you, we have a mutual friend, Megan, over at
We
Dynasty
do.
Athletics. Shout out, Megan. We love you. Now, she, I know, is a very, very tough coach, but
yeah.
she knows so much about cheer. What was it like growing up kind of with her? Because from 4 to now, you've been with her.
Yeah, she definitely built who I am as a cheerleader today, I believe. She showed me the ropes, and anytime I didn't believe in myself, she believed in me. She was honestly just a great coach, and she never gave up on anybody, no matter their circumstances.
Yeah, I have a little girl there now, and she's definitely pushing her and teaching her everything and doing it the right way. And that's, what I can appreciate. So tell me, recently with Concord being part of the Mountain Lions, you guys have came into some success. You went to nationals. What was that experience like?
It was honestly great. It showed us how hard we can work together as a team. We went through a lot of obstacles. From the first day that I joined the team, there was already obstacles, but as a whole team, you showed how hard you want to work and how hard you want to succeed.
Yeah. And what did you think? What was the experience like for you, especially coming from that dance background? Was it different or was it very similar?
It was much different, especially being down there. The dance world has gotten pretty popular recently because it's not just cheer, it's UCA and UDA. And getting to go down there and see like these teams that I've dreamt of being on my whole life was pretty insane. But just like working our way to getting there was so hard and it felt so rewarding
Yeah.
once we were done.
No, for sure. And just to kind of follow up on that, with dance and cheer, the stunting and stuff you mentioned was very different. Was it more nerve wracking being in front of a crowd like that, in front of all the other schools, Florida to Tennessee to, California and Texas?
I can't say that I really get nervous to go on a stage. I'm not sure why, but I haven't been able to compete since I left dance in high school. So, like being backstage about to go on for anything just felt great.
Awesome.
And I'm very glad I got to do it.
Good, good. Now going to you, you've cheered with Megan and you've been to many competitions. What made nationals different for you? And is this your first nationals that you've been to?
This is my second. I went to nationals last year in high school. The competitions I'm normally used to is crazy music, crazy stunts, not really cheering, really saying anything. You're just going all out and showing all your skills.
Uh-huh.
I was kind of shocked when I went to nationals. Instead of doing all the dances and the tumbling and stunts, it was just more what you do on the sidelines. But it was a lot of fun. I really liked it.
Nice. Now, you mentioned going to Pikeview, right? And you went to nationals last year with them.
Mhm.
What would you say the biggest difference between high school nationals and college nationals is?
The people, honestly. High school, the team I cheered with since middle school, I knew all of them like the back of my hand. And then when I came to college, I didn't know anybody, never cheered with a single soul that was on the team. It really just made me get stronger and push.
There's a certain level of professionalism when you get to college. Wouldn't you
Yeah.
agree?
Yeah, I do. I feel like that with all the much more responsibilities, and this year when I went to nationals, I didn't have anybody come with me. I didn't have my parents come with me, so it was a little scary. But It was perfect. It was fine. Like nothing went wrong.
Yeah, no, I get it. I would be nervous too if I didn't have someone with me.
Yeah.
Going to you, you have probably a much different experience than Lauren does. Going to nationals and having that stage set, doing it for only 3 years now, was how has the team accepted that you wasn't a cheerleader before, you was a dancer?
Well, the last 2 years we haven't gone to nationals.
Uh-huh.
We've had a lot of obstacles that we've had to overcome, and it was really hard to get there even this year. But I can remember when I first started, I was really scared that like they wouldn't accept me because a lot of the things that I was doing, I could just tell that they were dancy or wrong. But it took a lot of work to push myself and um, kind of adapt to the cheer world.
Right? I think that's what I think of when I think of dancing. Because if you're dancing alone, if you're dancing with a partner, it doesn't matter. You have to adapt, right? And I think that same skill applies to cheer. So I want to commend you for that, being so new into it and being able to adapt. I think it's really impressive, and I'm sure you can agree with your experience.
Yeah.
It's going to nationals, doing cheer for 3 years is a super impressive thing, and I want to commend your team, all the hard work that you guys have put into it.
I will say the people that I've been surrounded with on my teams the last 3 years, especially this one, they've accepted me, and I'm very, very grateful for that.
Awesome. No, I love to hear that. And that's from asking around the community, that's the one thing that they've all kind of said the same thing is that the group is special and they have great leadership. And that's why we were so interested to talk to you two. So tell me about your leadership. Where does your leadership come from? Yeah.
Like, I believe that Lauren is a really good leader, and I would consider myself a decent leader.
I would say so. A national team is pretty decent, right?
I hope so.
Yeah.
But just I have the most seniority on the team now. So learning the ropes the last 3 years and also years prior, like growing up with my mom being the coach, I've been to nationals a few times, not to compete, like not being on the team, but just to go and see what it's like. I feel like I kind of knew what to expect.
For sure. And now going to you, you have, unlike, Jaden, you have experience in abundance. You have more experience probably than anyone on your team as far as cheer goes. Where does your leadership come from there? Is it strictly experience driven? And you're a freshman, yeah?
I am.
Yeah. So, being one of the younger people on the team, but with the most experience probably comes with a lot of weight. How are you handling that?
It definitely came as a shock when I got asked leadership role. But back to the leadership, I felt like ever since I was little and I started doing sports, was more of a leader than a follower. I didn't really like sitting in the shadows of everybody. I wanted everybody to see me, and I wanted to help encourage people more than just kind of sit back and watch.
For sure. Everyone has role models. Football players have, NFL players to model their game after. Basketball players have NBA players. Hockey players have professional hockey players. Who do you think your biggest cheer influence would be and why?
There's a couple people that I've really looked up to during my years of cheering. I've always looked up to Gabby Butler. She's one of the bigger ones. And here recently, I like Delaney.
Yeah.
She's still in college, and she competed at nationals along with us. But
That's awesome.
Just watching them on TV or YouTube or TikTok, and like seeing them as a regular person, but accomplishing so much, has just made me strive to be more like them.
That's great. Yeah. Now, did you get to meet them?
No, I was searching for them the whole time, but I couldn't find her anywhere.
I could just imagine the mountain of people I would take out to try to meet some of my
I was ready to
influences.
run. I really was.
That's awesome. And I imagine you have probably much different influences. Being newer to cheer, who do you think some of your biggest influences are? And they don't have to be cheerleaders, right? They could be from dance, from any other sport you played. And don't say your mom.
Okay, if I can't say my mom, I think I have three. Reagan Poole, she was someone that I grew up dancing with, and she's a very hardworking person. I went to school with her. Chelsea Goins, I don't know if you'll see this, but
Love
shout
Chelsea.
out Chelsea.
Chelsea Murphy now.
Oh, yeah, sorry,
Yes.
Chelsea Murphy.
Congrats on her baby.
Congrats on your baby. Briggs is adorable. I can remember being like 5 or 6 and seeing her at the dance studio, and I just knew that I wanted to be just like her. Like, she was so good, and like her performance, like her stage presence was so captivating. And then when she graduated high school, she actually came to Concord and she cheered. She's just someone that I've always looked up to. She ended up being my coach for the dance team in high school. She's an amazing person. And then, like, obviously there you have like your team, your college team that you watch. UNLV is mine, and I actually did get to meet them and take a picture with them.
How was that? What was that experience like?
I cried. They've won 2 back-to-back titles. The last 2 years they won D1A Game Day and D1A Hip Hop.
Wow.
Yeah, and I can remember after their performance, they did an interview online with Varsity TV, and hearing their words when they were asked, like, what got you here, I could relate to a lot of what they were saying, and it just helped me to feel connected to, like, that bigger world. And yeah.
No, I think that's a really big thing that we strive for here at Fresh Off the Clock. You know, our number one goal is to try to get kids exposure, try to get them into school, try to put them on a platform like you guys to get the recognition you deserve. And I think with a little girl that cheer isn't covered enough, and that's something that we want definitely to be a part of, especially when we have a national team here in Athens, right? So, what is the next step for Concord Cheer?
To build and to come back next year even stronger, bigger, and just to maintain that grit that we've worked all year to keep, and just to keep everybody connected. Like, we really do have a special bond, and I love this team.
That's awesome. I love that. It's a great answer. I'm going to ask you kind of the same thing, you know, from a younger perspective. You know, she's kind of the veteran of the group, right? I'm going to ask a younger person, what do you see that you think is the next step for Concord Cheer, and how do you get there?
Honestly, what Jaden said, I really think that the next step is for all of us to build and get stronger as a team, and hopefully be more difficult in the skills that we perform next year, and be more confident as a team going up to national.
Yeah, no, confidence is key. And here, fresh off the clock, we'll be rooting for you. Yeah, you know, your homeschool.
Yeah.
They're going up a week from today, I believe, right?
Yeah.
A week from Friday. I'm not sure when this will come out, but a week from Friday, they'll be up in Orlando. What advice do you have to them, and how will you be cheering them on?
I will be watching from home. Sadly, can't go up there, but just never give up. And once you go out there, just don't freak out. Just do what you do every practice, and just have fun.
All right, shout out Pikeview Cheer. We'll be hearing from you guys soon. Good luck in Orlando. I'm sure you guys will be watching, and it's been awesome interviewing you. Keep doing what you do, and I'll see you soon.